see. I think that's what I want. I'm not sure what I want, but I'll get it figured out. All right. So, welcome, Sammy, and anybody who's catching the replay later. Welcome to day 3 of the Boudoir Mindset Makeover. Don't mind me. I'm just a little inept sometimes, but it'll be all okay. All okay. I'll figure it out, and as long as I keep showing up, it's fine. So, all right, I'm gonna move this a little bit because that where that window's hitting is just kind of bugging me. Okay, keep seeing little glimpses. Photographer things, not the greatest videographer, but if there's weird distractions in my background, I have to do something about it. So, all right. So, for those of you who are joining in, if you haven't already watched days 1 and 2, you should. We're building on day 1 was finding the goddess within. So that's remembering that even though life sucks and it's hard sometimes and we're going through some shit, we're still pretty awesome. And we got lots to give the world and lots to give ourselves. Yesterday was some practical tools, some practical ways that you can actually talk better to yourself and also, make sure that you're, supporting that positive self-talk instead of that negative loop. So today we are going to fall in love with your reflection. So when I say this to people, they're just like, "Oh, you mean that chick in the mirror? You mean that puffy face and some of these?" Yes, that lady. That lady. Of course, that lady. We're gonna fall in love with her all over again. You know why? Because she's pretty awesome. And the more you take care of her, the more she'll take care of you. So today's, we're just gonna, first thing I want to do though is actually go back over. So I'm gonna screen share, because Sammy, you commented on there and then I did too, actually, just a little bit earlier today. I meant to do it yesterday and I don't know why it didn't show up like it was supposed to. That one. All right. So here we are. Those of you who may not be a part of this private, it is a ladies only private Facebook group. And so I'm not going to show anything that is too risque. Obviously, not going to scroll down, but so here you can see mine. So my priority for confidence this week is to get my baking and cooking done in enough time that I can look cute for Thanksgiving. Um, my family knows, my mom, commented on there, once I get the cooking done, I can gussy myself up. Yeah, our family, we tend to cook right up until people are walking in the door and then some, which means we're a little rushed, we're a little, and I'm a messy cooker a lot of times, messy baker. I do not wear nice clothes when I'm cooking and baking. It is a recipe for disaster. I will guaranteed not have nice clothes anymore. It's just how that's gonna happen.
Yep.
So if I can make a little time for myself, I'm going to do that. And my mom is too, it looks like. And Sammy, yours says, feel good in your own skin during Thanksgiving for photos and just being around family. I love that. And that's just it too. Like when you look back at the photos, you don't want to, you want to feel like, oh yeah, I had it going on that day. That was nice. We're also going to go over some posing techniques a little bit later today. In probably about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll talk about some different ways that you can pose yourself and different things you can do when you're around your family and they're going to take pictures, just to get just a little edge up on that stuff. So, all right, so we're going to click out of this. All right. So then when we are talking about look good, feel good, clothing is the number one question I get for boudoir sessions, for a lot of other things. And like I was saying yesterday, we skipped over that wardrobe section because I'm going to spend just a little extra time on it right now. So when it comes to clothing in general, look good, feel good, yeah. So if it's uncomfortable, you're probably not going to want to wear it. Like if it feels like crap and it's itchy and it binds in after an hour and a half, you're probably not going to want to wear it. For photo shoots and little lingerie things, it can be a little uncomfortable for 10 minutes, but if you're going to be in it all day, like at Thanksgiving, definitely go for comfort. So I'm going to show you just a couple of things that I carry in my store, and I wonder if I have all the links up. I hope I do. We're about to find out. All right. Nope, that one. Go back to that. Okay, so here is, if you guys have not checked out my online boutique yet, here it is. So here are some of the things that I would say are my look good, feel good things. Let me get down to, maybe I already pulled it up. Oh, yep, here it is. Okay, so Nobody has to know what's under your clothes, but you will. And if your underwear are riding up in your butt all day, you're going to know it and you're going to hate it and it's going to be crazy and it's going to be awful. And I know that the struggle to find good, comfortable daily underwear is like it's real, guys. It's real. Anybody who's been there before, you know what I'm talking about. So this is my favorite daily, and I have been using these ones now since the beginning of summer. So they've had plenty of wash and plenty of wear. They are finally starting to fray just a little bit, like here where you can kind of see the um, along the waistband. Oops, try not to move things too much. In the lacy parts. But that's after like 6 months of wearing them. Like I have a rotation of seven, so I literally wear every week, and I'm washing them. And I'm not like doing nice, delicate things with my under things. I'm just saying I'm kind of a wash and wear girl, and everything goes in the same load, and it just is. So these things are tough. They're not going to fall apart on you. They're not little pansy asses, and they are so comfortable. So why does that matter? Why am I talking about underwear? Because when I have super comfy underwear on, I feel good. I'm like I said, they're not riding up my butt. I'm not getting distracted by like what's going on here. They're not leaving panty lines on my leggings, which is what I'm going to get to next for comfort and style is leggings. So they're very versatile. They're very awesome. And I would recommend these very much. Where did I put the link for? There they are. Okay. That's the ones I wanted. All right. So these are some of the leggings I carry. Now I carry two styles of these. Why do you care? Because leggings are freaking comfortable. And when paired with the right top, especially for ladies who have a bit of hips and a little bit of tummy, if we're talking about, let me see if I can back up a little bit and show you. So like, you can kind of see a little bit on that part of the screen of mine. It's, I got a little bit of a waist, but things got to be covered right, and flow right. And you can't see my pants, unfortunately, but I'll show you in a few minutes. So if things are flowing across the hips nicely, these are just nice and comfy. The ones that I don't have listed here yet are $20. They are buttery smooth. And I've been using them for different styles of things with some projects where I'm doing cutouts down the legs. I thought I had grabbed them, but they're not in here right now, and I'm not going to make you wait so I can go to dig them out of my room. But I've been doing like cute little crisscross things down on the calf and on the outside. So if any of you get to St. Cloud on Saturday, Small Business Saturday, I will be set up at Iron Street Distillery. They're doing a little it's the Granite City Bazaar group, and so what they do is they take oddities and handmaids and all kinds of stuff. So super cool stuff if you can get up there. Like if you're into the weird and the out there. I'll be there. And anyways, then you can see some of those legging styles because it's a maker only. So I'll only have products that I've already put my hand signature on. And you'll get to see some of those fun leggings. I'm sorry, I don't have them right now. I'll probably post some pictures on my group then a little bit later. Why do you care about leggings? Because they're comfy. Because if they look good and they feel good, you can put on a cute top with it and you can rock your day. And those other underwear I showed you, they go good with the leggings. They don't fight each other. You know what it's like when your underwear and your pants get into a fight about halfway through the day and they just don't sit right anymore? These won't do that to you. I've been testing them. I promise. It's all good. All right. So then when we get into, I don't have any good ones. I bet I took them off of my store. I did. I took a bunch of the daily wear clothing off of the store. Let's see if I still have them. Oh, you know what? I have at least one picture. No, I don't. No, I don't. Well, I kind of do. Okay. So this little red top you're seeing in the middle where it says tops and shirts, apparently I unlisted them, but I do still have some of that kind of stuff in stock. So what do I mean by flowy? I mean something like this, where it's got a little extra room at the bottom to flow over your hips. Most ladies are going to look really good in something like that with some leggings. Just saying, if that's your jam. Um, the other thing I always suggest is anything with a V-neck will make your shoulders look a little wider and make your center look a little slimmer. You don't have to go real far. You don't have to show a lot of cleavage to make a good V-neck and get some just a little bit extra downward angle in the way the eyes travel across your clothing. Um, Probably the big it as far as like tips for the holidays clothing. As far as tips for lingerie, I'm just going to show a couple of things. We're not going to get into it too terribly much with the regular stuff because I am also going to show you guys some Christmas stuff and talk a little bit about who might look good or might want to wear some of that kind of stuff. All right, so this one is my most popular seller. It's just a slip lingerie. It looks good on everybody because it's a simple A-line with with a hemline that comes down across the hips really nicely. It's kind of that slip look, slip style. Because it's an A-line, it looks good on everybody. This one just looks great. I have this one in navy blue. I have some in light blue. They go really fast. Wine red, regular red, green, or black. So this one is really fun. If you're looking for a piece of lingerie that, maybe you're just starting to get into lingerie or you kind of want to wear stuff where, you just, you look good in it when everything's kind of bouncing around and whatever. This one is one that I would definitely recommend. It's also soft and comfortable enough that you can use it just for pajamas. I sleep in it. I think it's great. This is another really great option. So this will fit up to a 2XL. The arms are a little tight for a 3XL up in the upper arms. I will say that, but it can be done. And it is actually fairly comfortable. So this looks good on darn near everybody. And because it stretches to a very large size, it will fit also darn near everybody. The rainbow dress. Now this one will fit up to 3XL. It'll probably fit a 4XL. This stuff is super stretchy and it looks good on darn near anybody. So it'll just follow your shape. Most people have somewhat of a waist, even if you're a little bit like me and you like your tacos and cake. You still probably have a bit of a waist, and this one just kind of looks good on everybody. Another stretch dress out. You're seeing a pattern here, and it's because they work and because they're comfy. So this one says up to 2XL. It will stretch to a 3 pretty okay without starting to tear out at the mesh, where the parts are a little bit less. Because it doesn't have any arms or anything on the upper arms, it will stretch to a little bit bigger without fighting back at you quite so much, which is very nice. All right, so I'm gonna click out of this all right, so Christmas lingerie, and who might this be good for? Let's grab some stuff here. All right, so first one I have got here is very simple. So this is just a top, like a bikini top, pair of little strings and things panties, and it's got just a tie around the waist skirt. So this is going to fit XL, maybe 2XL. Because it ties up in the back, you can kind of adjust it to whatever you need it to be. It is very stretchy. The cups do have at least a decent amount of coverage. So I would say XL for sure, 2XL, just because it's a tie belt, because of the ties and things, you can probably stretch it out for a little ways. So XL for sure, 2XL probably if you don't mind stretching it. This is gonna look good on especially people who have a little bit to work with in the waist. So you don't have to be as skinny mini as my little hooker mannequin here, but you probably want to be, if you're a little boxy, this is going to look good on boxy too. And that's because you can do this. You can drape it down across and give it a little angle, and it'll like give the illusion of more of a hourglass figure and a little bit more of that waist without actually even needing to have one. So there's lots of ways we can style this. It'll make it all sexy for you. All right, next one. Simple baby doll with a panty. So again, a strings and things panty. This will definitely fit a 2XL. Now, the cups aren't going to necessarily like cover your whole breast. You can see that they are very, there's not much there, but that's not the point. They're not really supposed to. These aren't even really supposed to cover all the way across your nipples. If you had large breasts like this would maybe cover across the nipple, but that's kind of the point. And then this stuff stretches and it makes it look all cute. She's just super tiny, so it doesn't show the full effect very well. But because it ties in the front and because it is very stretchy, I would say this will absolutely do XL to 2XL. And it's just cute. And there's a lot to work with there. All right. Oh, and who is this one good for? This is good for any body shape, literally. If you can get it on, this is going to be great. Most ladies aren't a big fan of the split front, but I guess, as long as you don't have if your belly, like, look at mine, like my belly doesn't stick out terribly much past my boobs. So like this would look good on me even. If your tummy sticks out way past your boobs and you don't want to accentuate that, then this might not be the best idea for you. All right. Now we got this little this is what I call the Red Riding Hood because it's got a hood. So it's a teddy. It's got a fur hood on it. So you put that up over your head and then it ties in the front, kind of goes down, comes in, has some panties in the back, ties in the back. This is an extra tie thing, and it has the garters. So this is literally going to look great on anybody who can get it on, but this is only going to fit probably up to an XL. The tie front and back with the chest area, I just don't feel like it has as much give. So for sure you could get this on an XL. I don't know that you're going to get it on a 2X. You could in the hips probably. This thing's got pretty stretchy hips. So I mean, we could probably get it up in the hips if you don't mind just, it's probably just not going to tie up real nice in the front. But even if it doesn't tie up, this part you probably get over everything. So I would say up to XL on that one. And all these are going to be listed later between 20 and 30 on the store. Because most of my lingerie is between 20 and 30 bucks. All right, and then this is the one that Sammy was wearing in the photos. If you guys saw day one, it does stretch to a 2XL. I wouldn't say much more than that, and I would say it just barely did in the hips. We did have a little bit of stretch in the hips area on that, but it looked great. You saw those pictures, they looked freaking phenomenal. And if you didn't, go back and look. They're awesome. All right. So this, because of the way the ribbons come in from the bottom, they kind of got to go up and across in order to look right. And we figured that out when we are styling it. So they go across, tuck back in, and then kind of either droop as just the side ribbons, which is cute, or you can try to tie them up in front, or you can just tuck them around and tie them in the back. But we did find that they do have to kind of cross at an angle in order to do the thing. They did not work as false advertising. You know how that is, because the way they looked in the picture, excuse me, it's definitely not the way they looked once I got it. Still cute though. Excuse me. Still super freaking cute though. All right, so who's this one for? Looks good on anybody who can get it on. Like anybody who can get this thing on is gonna look great. You saw that picture of Sammy. She looked phenomenal. So I think they will work for a lot of wonderful ladies. All right, let's get these on. There we go. Okay. Whee! I'm back. Now I don't have to look at my torso anymore. Those torsos they're a little better dressed right now. I'm just saying.
That's too skinny though, you know?
I know my little skinny minis. My mom calls them my hookers. So funny story. Anybody who knows me, you're gonna laugh at my mom. If you know my mom, won't even surprise you. So she had to borrow my little SUV for a little bit the last couple of weeks because her vehicle was waiting on tires and some other stuff. And when she asked me for it, I usually have my mannequins strapped up into the front seat when you do my vendor shows. That's the vehicle I use for all my stuff. And she's like, I need to borrow your, whatever. And I'm like, well, I'll clean everything out. I, got to get the mannequins out of the front. She's like, no, leave the hookers. I'm like, okay. She's like, no, no, no. I want the guys at work to ask me what's going on in the parking lot. I think it's going to be funny. And she said it was. So
Good. That's good.
now my mannequins have been nicknamed my little hookers. So that's
That's perfect.
it's the new joke. That's just fun. That's just fun. All right. So, okay. So posing. Posing is the next thing that I wanted to do a little bit real quick. So, for the holidays, for holiday posing, there's a couple of things with lighting that'll really help as well. If you can, let's see if I can take you guys on just a little walk real quick with my laptop and I'll show you what I mean. So if I am standing like this, a lot of people want to take pictures with like in front of the window. Well, right now I have okay lighting because I have my extra lights on. But normally that's not the case. Normally you get too much light back here and then you get shadows in the eyes. Like if I was going to do this, right? See? Too
Yeah.
much light behind me, shadows in the eyes. The reason it didn't look like that from over there is because I have these lights on specifically for that, so that I can have the windows, the background, and look good. But that's not really how that normally works. Normally, you're in a house where everybody wants to sit on the couch and have the window behind you. You get shadows in the eyes. What you want to do is you want to get that window light on your face a little bit. So, I mean, it's a little harder to do, but be mindful of the lights. Turn all the lights on, like all the lights on. You'd be surprised at how much. Now, modern day cell phone cameras are freaking awesome. Don't get me wrong, way better than this laptop screen. But you still want to get the shadows out. Still want to make sure that you get enough light on faces so that way you don't look like, you just rolled out of turkey zombie land and after a nap on the couch. Um, all right, so that's the lighting part that most people miss a little bit. And let's just kind of move some things around here. All right. See if I can do this without it looking weird, considering that I have a laptop screen and it's definitely not tall enough right now. All right, guys. Okay, good enough, good enough. Let me show you what I mean. I can get some things out of the way enough. Okay, so you can see I'm a pretty good sized girl. I got some hips, I got some belly. This is pretty typical lighting of what you're gonna find in, a cell phone in most homes. All right, so if I do this, I'm just gonna rock the weight onto that back hip. I'm gonna turn myself just a little bit so my hips are at a bit of an angle to the camera. Like my hip is pointing out at a 45-degree angle that way compared to this. So that's the first thing. And then we're going to keep that hips there and we're going to turn at the waist. This is your hips, this is your waist. Turn here. You should feel it right in here. It should kind of feel like you're pushing against yourself. But as you can see, even with dark clothing that doesn't like show things very good, even if I show my stomach, you can see like everything's getting just a little bit, it's not this. So we don't want to turn so much that we're sticking out, but there's a little happy medium in there where your belly button is pointed at about 45 degrees. Okay. Now, why do we want to do that? Well, because it gets this just a little slimmer, and I've put a little bit of hands into it. Now it doesn't look so bad. Like now I can turn a little more with my chest, and I'm still getting some nice curve in here. I'm accentuating with my waist. Now, there's a bunch of different schools of thought on where you put your hands, and it really is up to you. So stand in front of a mirror and try, do you like it back here? Do you like it here? Do you like it here? I tend to find this little notch here with my thumbs and then go forward until it just kind of hooks a little bit, not back, but I got a little chub spot there that it just kind of hooks into. And then it just kind of sits there. And then it's just relax the fingers. Now, once we get to the top, you want to make sure your shoulders are back and down. You don't want them scrunched. You don't want them forward. We're not military in this, unless you are, but that's not what we're doing here. So, shoulders, we're going to just soften them back. And then with the face, I know it's a little hard to see, get back a little bit more. With the face, we're going to go, so if I'm looking at this way, I'm going to go out and down. It's not turtle, although sometimes sometimes you got to go too far to figure out where you're at. So if it's this far, it's too much. But if I'm doing this, like a lot of people get tense and they suck in like this, I want to make sure you're forward and then out and just a little bit down. It's not a lot. It's just enough, as you can see, right there. Now, if I go right there, it doesn't look weird. It doesn't look awkward, but it's just enough to get that chin tissue to stretch just a tiny bit, just enough that it doesn't drag under my face and catch the light. Okay. That's the double chin trick. All right. Hopefully that helps y'all with some posing and some lighting and some things for the holidays. And you're going to have to practice some of it a little bit in front of a mirror. It's going to feel awkward, but you'll kind of find your groove. You'll figure out which parts, it takes to just a little bit out and down for your chin. And it doesn't take much. It feels weird at first. And if it's exaggerated, it looks really funky. So find your happy medium. Trust me, when I was a younger photographer, I definitely put people in the wrong position a few times and took a picture and went, "Oh, that's not right. Okay, we're gonna let me see if we can try that again. Let me fix whatever it is that I just did to your face." Because sometimes it was sometimes it was not pleasant. All right. So 5 boudoir bucks for Sammy. Excuse me, for live today. Nobody else
Thank you.
came on live, so boo, y'all don't get the $5 for boudoir bucks until next time. But I'm gonna do more of these, so you just gotta come on live next time. Then you'd be just like Sammy, you'd be winning stuff. That's
Yeah,
right.
with all those Christmas things you just posted.
Right, right, absolutely. All right, so now we are going to get into the big announcements. Big announcements. So throughout this whole thing, as you can see, I care about my clients. I want to make you guys feel good. I want to do good. And I think that boudoir shoots are one of the best ways to boost your confidence. That's why I do it. So, if you haven't heard my mantra or my slogan or my logos or anything yet, it's hot damn, yes I am, and you can be too, honey. Because my mission is to make you feel so damn good about yourself that nobody can take it away. So, that being said, announcement number one, I am going to be doing a pop-up party here on Sunday, December 7th. What does that mean? Well, it's not going to be like the regular pop-up party where I do the whole presentation for the session design guide and all of that. Instead, it's going to be more like a little open house. So from 1 to 4 on Sunday the 7th, I might make it a little later, but I know a lot of people don't like to drive in unfamiliar areas after dark. So I figured 4 o'clock, I'm out in the country, little. Um, 1 to 4, then I will have the lingerie store set up. I will have all of the boudoir stuff out to take a look at. Some customer appreciation stuff, punch cookies, all of that kind of thing. So that way you can come and you can, even if you don't want to buy anything, you just want to look at stuff, or if you just want to come and hang out and have a glass of wine and some cookies with me. Customer appreciation day, pop-up party, and everybody is welcome to just kind of pop in and out for an open house. And if you like some of that Christmas stuff, might be a good time to buy a little lingerie leading up to Christmas. Might be some fun stuff for you and or your significant other. Okay, the big announcement. All right, here's the big one, guys. Of course it's Black Friday, and of course I have a sale, and of course my VIPs get in on it early, and of course that means you get better rewards. Because why wouldn't I? I love you guys. Let's get that pulled up right here. You are gonna love this. Oh, come on. There we go. Here it is. All right. So VIP pre-sale ends at 11:59, so basically midnight on Thursday night for Thanksgiving. So you've got 2 whole days and some extra hours there to shop for the VIP. Why VIP is better? Because you're saving more. So normally Queen Session is $299. I'm going to do a VIP special for only $149. After midnight on Thanksgiving, my regular Black Friday deal kicks in and it'll be $199. So you get to save an extra $50 on VIP for booking these early. These bookings are available to be scheduled for January, February, March. You can pick a date on the calendar below, or you can just buy it and we will pick a date together later. So, stacking rewards. This is where it gets really, really good, guys. The sooner you buy, the better it is, the more stuff you get. So that Queen Session, of course, includes bypassing, getting ahead of myself. Queen Session, of course, includes hair and makeup styling. We shoot in 3 outfits. You get all the consultations, all the planning. all access to all the stuff, all the store stuff, all of the clothing in my client closet to take a look at. Pampering and relaxation, we take a look at your photos the same day. You get those 3 5x7 prints or $150 credit to apply to other purchases. And again, that VIP pre-sale price is only $149. It goes up to $199 after Thursday. So that is listed right here. Stacking rewards. One 5x7 print disappears after Friday. So if you don't buy right away, the longer you wait, the less stuff you're going to get. You get one watermark digital. Shoot in an extra outfit look during your sessions. We're going to add a look. And then an extra $25 studio credit. So you can see that each one of these goes away every day that ticks by. And then on Tuesday, those who come in on Tuesday looking for a deal, they're only going to get that $100 off the Queen session. They're not going to get all the stacking rewards anymore. So if you or somebody you know is looking for a hell of a deal, make sure they get this link and make sure they get on this. So I am going to, I think I'm just going to pop this into the chat here for you, Sammy, and everybody else gets to wait until I post it for them for the replay later.
All right. And I do have to, I'm trying to figure out how to shut my video thingy off, but yet
Oh,
still
okay,
listen
got
to you.
you.
But if I go quiet or dark, I'm still here listening, but
It's okay.
I have to go back to work, sadly.
I totally understand. Well, I'm glad that you got to stay on for the big announcement. And
Yes, me
so then you can kind of take a look at
too.
that. And I will be finishing up here in a few minutes, so you're not going to miss much in the next 2 or 3 minutes
Okay.
anyways.
No, that's
All
fine.
right. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, so that VIP sale is on until tomorrow night. And then after that, it is just the regular Black Friday sale. So y'all can pick your spot on the calendar or you can skip the calendar. If you don't want to pick a spot right now, you don't have to. But there will be dates available between January and March on the calendar to pick. Right now it's showing a little bit December, but that's because in another day or so, it's not going to be. I guess if you pick December 31st, I'm probably not going to want to do that, but I probably would. But that's okay. But anyways, dates starting in January, as you can see, all the way into March. So yeah, so that is the big announcement. That is the big deal. And I really hope that everybody gets in on that. So this replay will be posted in a little while for all of you replay folks, and then you can get access to this. And Sammy, since you were on, you get those boudoir bucks, plus you got to know the very first person to know my deal. So I love that. All right. Well, then I am going to click on out of this and I'm gonna let you guys go. And oops. Boy, I still can't figure out this thing. All right. Everybody have a great day. Come get the Black Friday deal. Enjoy your Thanksgiving and eat lots of turkey. Bye now.